Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming out. It's so nice to see everyone here interested in this topic. My name is Gina Rideout. I am a certified health coach and certified essential oils coach. And I have Robin here with me, Robin King, who's also a certified essential oils coach and natural health practitioner and an animal essential oils coach, all kinds of things. So Robin will be helping me out in the background with questions. So fire away the questions in the chat. I have you all muted just for the sake of the recording, but we will certainly do Q&A and we can chat a little bit afterwards. So thank you, thank you. So I'm going to jump right in. Can everyone see that everything okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? Good. Okay. Okay, let's go. So we're here because we want to live a powerful life. Everyone wants to live longer, younger, longer. So that's why I'm here. So for some of you who aren't familiar with doTERRA, first of all, I just wanted to say a quick little bit about doTERRA because it is the largest essential oil company in the world. So not everyone is familiar with oils or the company. So I just wanted to point that out. It was formed in 2008, very quickly became the largest essential oil company in the world. We have the most tested, most trusted essential oils in the world, such that researchers will only use doTERRA when they're doing studies on essential oils, and they're used in hospitals worldwide. And even though doTERRA is considered an essential oil company, it is actually a full health and wellness company. So, so many things to offer between supplements, essential oils, hair care, skin care, home care, and everything in between. So I just want to give a little bit of background on that in case you're not familiar with the company itself. Our intention here today is to help you live younger, longer. So why we're here. So we want to know too, we're going to talk about what's getting in your way of that happening, and what's it costing you, us? What's it costing us when these things are getting in the way of our health? And what does that mean for us moving forward? So we want to know how we can help. Well, we know how we can help because tonight we're going to discuss two product systems that doTERRA carries. And one is going to cover lifelong vitality supplements. Some of you may be familiar. And one is this brand new MetaPWR system that you see here. And we're going to talk about what we know so far about that because it is brand new. So again, that question, do you want to live younger, longer, and look and feel even better? So there's so many different ways to measure health and wellness. And for some people, it's about how they look and feel, while others, it's more quantitative stuff like cholesterol levels and weight. And truthfully, your health is determined by many factors, right? Including energy levels, exercise habits, diet, stress levels, exposure to toxins, and simply feelings of well-being. And many of these factors are easily measured in quantitative form, such as blood pressure, right? We go to the doctor, and body mass, things like that. While other things are more subjective and difficult to assess, like emotional health and energy levels. We wake up and what's wrong with me? Why don't I have any energy? Why can't I never get enough sleep? Things like that. So what's getting in your way of living younger, longer? So we live in this high stress society right now, right? So along with personal risk factors, we have health challenges simply because of the world that we're living in today. High stress jobs, jam-packed schedules, leave little time for exercise and good quality sleep, especially for, chasing kids around and things like that. So we have these endless access to processed foods, and we're accustomed to a diet that lacks many important nutrients needed. We need those for good health. So the consumer products we may be using as well increases our exposure to toxins, and all of these things contribute to decreased health and wellness. And in fact, these same poor lifestyle factors that can also affect your metabolic health. So unhealthy eating, physical activity, all threaten our metabolic health, which can lead to further challenges. So I want to ask you a question out of what you see here on the screen. Type in the chat box for me. What do you feel you need to prioritize? And maybe it's something different that's not written here. but I would love to know in the chat, what do you want to prioritize? Anyone typing? Oh, there we go. Lack of exercise, nutrient deficiencies, high stress. For me, it's sleep. Can never seem to get my sleep back in order. Hey, thanks, guys. That's good. That's good for us to know. So out of these things, high stress, all the society that we're living in today, we're always running, running, running. So what is that costing us, right? What's it costing you physically, emotionally, mentally, socially? So nutritional deficiencies can lead to serious issues or make existing conditions even worse. And depending on the deficiency, your body may suffer from a wide range of issues like fatigue, weak bones, threats to cardiovascular health, and more. But we need to also think beyond those types of impacts. Think about how it affects your social relationships, your interactions with your kids, with your friends. So give me a yes if you're working all week and you find out some friends want you to go out Friday night, go out for dinner, and you just don't want to. Because for me, I remember those days when I worked in government 9 to 5. I don't want to. I'm too tired. Friday night is couch night, right? Movie night. Nobody wants to move on Friday night, but we should be feeling energized. We shouldn't have those big slumps. Or another scenario, so that was a scenario for me, or another scenario that's common with a lot of women and men is I don't want to go out because my favorite jeans don't fit me anymore. My clothes are too tight. I have nothing to wear. And this is a common thing for many of us as well. So what I'd like to ask you again, if you wouldn't mind typing in the chat, why are you here? Sleep, energy, sleep. Oh, we got Denise here. Okay, thanks, guys. So our focus today. So what you see here, this is called the doTERRA Wellness Pyramid. And today we're going to focus on these two first foundational layers of the wellness pyramid. So nutrition and digestion and movement and metabolism. And whether you're already using supplements now to make up for deficiencies or support your personal health, to help with aging, supplements can be an effective solution for a variety of people across different stages of life. But as you move through the wellness pyramid, you'll learn, we're going to talk about how these are foundational principles that build on top of each other. So you can think of this wellness pyramid almost like the Jenga game. You guys familiar with the Jenga? You have those little pieces of wood and you build them up and you start removing pieces. And as you remove them, eventually the foundation is not strong enough and the structure topples. And this is exactly the same as the wellness pyramid, right? So it's like Jenga blocks. And if you remove nutrition from the foundation, the rest of the wellness pyramid will topple because nutrition impacts every other aspect of our health. It is so crucial and so important. Now, we want you to be aware too that this is not a quick fix. So lifestyle choices are the foundation for wellness, and doTERRA's created easy to follow wellness path for us. And we're going to guide you through that journey, and super excited to do so. So this is a scary statistic. So only 6.8% of the US adult population has optimal cardiometabolic health. And as we know, us Canadians, we're not too far behind from this statistic. It's the same for us too. I always like to look at it on the flip side for me. So I look at the 93%. That means 93% of us are overweight, have high blood sugar, have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? We're not in good shape here. 93%, that's just about everyone we know. That's our parents, our friends, our coworkers. And that's a scary statistic, and we've got some work to do. So kudos to you guys for being here. So primary nutrition is good nutrition, sorry, is the primary factor in good health. So it's the number one factor in good health, which is why it's the full base of the pyramid, right? And yeah, I know this stuff looks good to me too. And it's fine. We all eat this stuff. And it's okay to do so when you're not celebrating or occasionally. That's totally fine. It's what you do 80% of the time that matters. These little occasional things. Now, if this is what you're eating every day, then you're probably suffering from some metabolic issues. Poor nutrition is a key factor in challenged metabolic health, and among many effects, what you eat has a major impact on your health status, your weight, your emotional state. You know how we feel, right? After we eat something like that, we don't feel good. The typical modern diet is full of highly processed food and lacks vital nutrients, which means most of us aren't likely to reach our daily requirements for several key vitamins and minerals. So the standard American diet, which the acronym is SAD, appropriately, it's SAD, is a top contributor to early hormone imbalance. And the two biggest factors that slow down metabolism are inactivity and poor diet. And poor diet goes way beyond eating high calorie foods. It also factors the nutrients that we consume. So if you're experiencing a vitamin deficiency, your metabolism is going to struggle. And as I mentioned, there's no quick fixes, right, to optimal metabolic function. You will have to make smart and healthy lifestyle decisions. And what we're talking about today can maximize and optimize the effects of your lifestyle choices. So looking at going into a little bit deeper in nutrient deficiencies. So what you see here is a percentage of dietary intakes that are below recommended value. So 95% of people are vitamin D deficient, especially when they live in northern climates like we do. And a lot of people, because I get this a lot when I'm talking to people, oh, but I eat healthy, so this doesn't affect me. I don't need to supplement. I eat my salad every day. And it's not enough. It does affect you. And basically, our food that we're eating today is not the same food that our grandparents and our great-grandparents and before ate. It's not the same at all. We would have to eat about 6,000 calories of today's food to get the nutritional equivalent of the same foods that our grandparents ate. Or we would have to eat, say, 8 oranges to get the nutritional equivalent of 1 orange from many years ago. So our soil is depleted, right, from all the modern farming practices. And if the soil is depleted, our food is also depleted. So we can't really eat that much food. Nobody's eating that much food. So even if you're eating healthy, and some of the most diligent eaters I know are the ones who supplement probably the most, because they know this to be true. So let me ask you another question, and I'd love it if you could put it in the chat. Yes or no? Are you eating every color of the rainbow every day? Nope. And, I consider myself a pretty clean eater, and I'm not, not getting every color. So that's why it's important, right, to consider that looking at nutritional deficiencies and what can we do. So your body has an amazing capacity to thrive when we give it what it needs. And it's really incredible because as that 93% that we just discussed, and what is the case with a lot of our population is that we are overfed and undernourished. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard that said before, but overfed meaning we're not lacking in food. We have so much food to eat, too much food to eat, except we're not making the right choices. So they're not nutrient dense foods that we're eating. So we're undernourished. So when we're not making the right choices with our food choices and not getting the nutrients, not eating all the colors of the rainbow, not supplementing, our cells in our body are deprived and starving. They're starving for nutrients, and we need to make sure that we give it that. So sometimes it requires adding a few little extra things. So let's talk solutions. What can we do about it? We talked about all the struggles we may be experiencing, right? And it can be a little overwhelming when we talk about lifestyle change. But you don't have to, it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be all at once. And even just making small changes, one thing at a time, will get you on the right track, and you'll notice it as well. So again, the bottom of the pyramid: nutrition and digestion, movement and metabolism. So doTERRA is offering two systems that will help maintain a healthy lifestyle. The first being, nutrition and digestion, and then we'll talk about the new system that we're launching, the MetaPWR, which fits into the movement and metabolism section. And some of these things, they don't take a lot of time, right? Taking supplements, I have two little silicone muffin cups that I have on my counter. I fill them for the morning with my breakfast, and I fill them one for the evening that I take with my supper. That takes no time. A couple minutes, morning and night, can make a huge impact on your health, including energy, mental clarity, weight management, and so much more. So this is the first system, and it's called Lifelong Vitality. Comes in a nice little box like this. And doTERRA, as I mentioned, has been around since 2008. These supplements were developed very shortly after, and it has always been and continues to be doTERRA's #1 bestseller. And it is a bestseller for good reason. And funny, way back then, the tagline was look, feel, is written on the top here: look, feel, live younger, longer. So they've been saying this a very long time. Robin and I both, and maybe several of you as well, have been taking these supplements. I've been taking them now for almost 7 years. And for me, what I noticed the most, first and foremost, was my immunity. Typically, my immune system has always been terrible. I was always sick. I couldn't travel. Any flight travel would give me the latest bug going around. And when I started on Lifelong Vitality, that's the biggest thing I noticed, is that, oh my gosh, I went a 2-year span with no sickness. I mean, sure, eventually I got sick, right? But I went a 2-year span with nothing. And it was miraculous for me, because I was used to being sick every couple of months. And sometimes really getting my butt whooped, in bed for a week type of sick. And for Robin, it was her energy that she noticed first and foremost, that she wasn't getting that afternoon slump, late afternoon, and able to continue, and actually surprising herself. Oh, what? It's 5 o'clock and I haven't needed a nap. So these are just little things. And I mean, we could go on with, an entire afternoon with all of the beautiful things that Lifelong Vitality can do for you. But that's just a couple of examples. And we're going to talk about each of these one by one. So again, I'd love for you to type in the chat for me. Who currently is supplementing with anything? I would love to know. Most days, no. Okay. And I say to everybody, as a health coach, if you're not supplementing without even knowing you should be. Everybody should be supplementing, just because of the soil and the food situation I told you about, and also because of the stress levels that we have in our lives today. We have so much stress, so much more than any other generation. And stress over time depletes our nutrition stores. So it is important to make sure that you add that in to your health and wellness plan. So the first one we're going to talk about, and I'll just say what these are quickly. So the Microplex VNZ is basically vitamins and minerals in a nutshell. The Alpha CRS, I think, is antioxidants, is what I like to think of it as. And the XC Omega is, omegas. And we'll talk about why they're important. So we'll start with the Alpha CRS. So as you can see here, there's lots of things you might recognize here. I'm going to move this up out of the way. Lots of things you might recognize here, like the resveratrol, the green tea leaf, pomegranate, turmeric, these things you might recognize. Boswellia is actually frankincense. So what you need to know in a nutshell with alpha CRS is you want to take it because it's antioxidants. That's what I think of when I take this bottle. I need to get my antioxidants. And the reason why is because antioxidants protect your cells from free radicals. And some of you, if you don't know, free radicals are molecules that damage our cells. So we need these antioxidants to protect our cells from free radicals, because these free radicals cause oxidative stress to our cells. So why is that important? What's oxidative stress? So when you slice an apple and you open it up and you leave it on the counter and it turns brown, everyone's familiar with that. That's oxidative stress. So that's literally the apple aging right before our very eyes. So we need these antioxidants to protect our cells from free radicals because they're causing oxidative stress. And what does that mean? Oxidative stress in our cells means aging. It's causing aging to our cells, just like the apple. So when I take this one, all I can think is, yep, load up those antioxidants, because I don't know about you guys, I'm here not just to age gracefully, I'm here to age backwards. So bring on the antioxidants. Next up is the XCO Mega. Sorry, I got too many papers going here. All my notes. XCO Mega. So why would you want to take this one? So this one, as I mentioned, is the omegas. So there's marine and plant omega blend in there. It does come in a vegan format for those of you who don't want the marine part. So you can get the whole lifelong vitality supplements in vegan form. There's natural vitamin D3 and E. As you can see down here, there's carotenoids, astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is what is in salmon that makes the salmon pink. So these are all super important for disease prevention and immunity. And, so think about brain health is why you want to take this. Brain health, achy joints. You want these omegas, right, that help us, our heart health. So basically, if you're not eating things like fish regularly in your diet, fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil, flax oil, avocados, healthy fats, then you need to be taking omega-3s. You need to be taking more of this. And, if you think about years ago, our grandparents and my mom, and you can give me a yes, because I'd like to know whose parents also forced them to take cod liver oil capsules when they were little. Those things were huge. And they had that intuition. We were never told why we had to take them, but we all had to take every morning, take the cod liver oil. It caused burps afterwards, which this does not, by the way. The essential oils in them prevent that from happening. So our moms had that intuition. So we're a step ahead if you took the cod liver oil growing up. And next up is the Microplex VMZ, which is the vitamin and mineral part. So why would you want to take this? So first off, it has 12 servings of vegetables and fruit. It's a whole food supplement. So there's kale and parsley and dandelion, real food actually in there. So it's not synthetics. So a lot of, cheaper over-the-counter, drugstore stuff, Costco stuff, a lot of it is synthetic, which the body doesn't recognize. And if the body doesn't recognize it, it's not going to absorb it. So that means you won't have expensive pee. So if you're taking, I don't know, Centrum or, some over-the-counter drugstore, and you notice your pee is bright yellow, that means your investment has literally gone down the toilet because your body can't absorb the synthetics that are in there. So that's why it's important to take a whole food supplement. And the Lifelong Vitality was developed by functional medicine practitioners. So it is very well put together. Why I like to take it, it has saved me a ton of money over the years. So I have always been a huge supplementer, and I always had a whole bunch of bottles lined up on my counter of all these different things. So I was delighted when I discovered Lifelong Vitality, because everything I was taking was in these three neat little bottles, and I could clean up the mess on my counter. So, and I remember taking my bottles and looking at them. Yeah, that's in there. Cool, that's in there. So that was really exciting for me. And if you look at the picture here, so here's how it saves you money. So doTERRA is $96 Canadian. In the US, it's $80.50. And oh, and I want to say too, just because you're taking Lifelong Vitality doesn't mean you stop eating what's in this grocery cart. It's a supplement, right? It's not meant to replace, it's a supplement and gives you that extra foundation that we need. You would have to eat, $1,700 worth of vegetables for what's in here. So what you see listed here, which I find kind of funny, is the equivalent to what you're getting in the Lifelong Vitality in a month. So if you think you don't need to supplement, you can tell me if you're eating 163.9 cups of pumpkin seeds a month. Give me a yes if you're covering that. 34 cups of sunflower seeds, 158 cups of Swiss cheese, right? 186 eggs. Are you eating all these things? Because if that's what's in these bottles in a month's supply, which is pretty incredible. So it saves you money in the long run, and it saves you in so many other ways well when you have your health. So for me, I was losing a lot of time because I was sick all the time, and I stopped being sick, so I didn't have to call in sick so much or feeling crappy, and I could take care of my kids. So there's so many other benefits. So we've gone through the movement and metabolism, that the lowest part of the wellness pyramid. And next up is the nutrition and digestion. Oh, sorry, I have it backwards. We just covered the nutrition and digestion. Now we're into the movement and metabolism. So this is, I think, what a lot of us are here for, to hear about this new system that doTERRA has developed. And I couldn't tell you how pumped I am. And I feel like I'm pretty healthy, but I am so pumped about this system. I can't even tell you. So first, we'll just talk about quickly, what is metabolic health? So metabolic health means your body can digest and absorb nutrients from the food you eat without spikes in blood sugar, blood fats, and insulin. So having spikes after we eat, that's normal, right? It's supposed to do that. And then it gradually declines over the course of 4 or 5 hours. So normal is fine, but too much of these spikes is not good. And that's disrupted metabolic health. And that's what leads to premature aging and a whole bunch of other metabolic challenges. So poor diet, high stress levels, and a sedentary lifestyle all negatively impact our metabolic health. And this in turn puts us at risk for issues with blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar imbalances, and overweight, right? Too much weight. So, and the other thing with, if we have all of these spikes, too many of these spikes throughout our day, you cannot lose weight if that is what you have going on metabolically. The weight will not let go in that situation. So metabolic health and biological age are inseparable. So most are familiar with the idea that lifestyle choices affect your physical appearance, right? So we all know people who, I don't know, have you ever tried to hide your surprise when you find out how old somebody is and you actually thought they were way, way older? And you try to hide that. Or the opposite, these people who we envy, who are much older than what they look. So even with genetic factors, lifestyle choices make a big difference. And that's been shown in twin studies, actually. So when they study twins who've been raised separately and look at their lifestyle choices and their health and lifestyle, it's pretty fascinating, actually. And the same list of things that make you look old on the outside makes your cells act old on the inside, which is interesting. So the brain fog, the achy joints, no energy, eventually, those are the internal things, and it shows on our skin, right? This is what we can see, and all of those things influence premature aging. So some of the latest research at Harvard and other top-tier organizations shows metabolic health, and as it says here, biological age are inseparable. So that means the stronger and healthier your metabolic function, the younger you're going to feel from the inside out. And I've always said this, health and aging gracefully, I'm going to be working on aging backwards, just so you know, is always an inside out job. Always. And we can go buy, fancy creams and looking for these quick fixes, but it's always an inside out job. So we really have to take special care of what's going in and taking care of our metabolic health. So I feel like there should be a drum roll here. So this is MetaPWR metabolic system. So MetaPWR, what it means, the meta is metabolism, the PWR is personal wellness realized. And this new product system for metabolic health support is going to fill the hole in your wellness plan. So it's going to fill in all those little gaps between this and lifelong vitality. Yeah, we're going to be all set. We're going to be looking 25 in no time. So we've never had a pre-launch before. And this is pretty significant because typically doTERRA convention is in the middle of September. On the first day, they announce all the new product releases. So it's a pretty exciting day. And then after that's finished on the same day, we can purchase all the new products in a convention kit. And we get you, when you purchase a convention kit, you get it at a very deep discount by doing it that way. So that's why doTERRA has done it this way by giving us this pre-launch. So we don't have all the information. I don't even have all the ingredients that are in some of these yet, but they want to give us this information so we can get it in our hands ASAP. And that's what I want for sure. And what they did was for the past few months, they've allowed around 200 people, 200 doTERRA wellness advocates to sample the products and finding really incredible results. So including like Emily Wright, she's one of our founders. Her husband experienced better sleep and increased energy. His skin looked better. And his waist went from a 35-inch waist to a 32 in 2 months, which is pretty awesome. Becca Nixon from corporate, she lost 30 pounds in 90 days. So I'm hearing some pretty significant testimonials. So I'll go into what each product is and what it does. So the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend. So if any of you have ever used Slim and Sassy, Smart and Sassy, it's called Smart and Sassy in Canada, Slim and Sassy in the US. doTERRA has been saying, if you have success with Slim and Sassy, just wait. Because they've reformulated it into the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend. So it does have grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, cinnamon in it. And these will help with carb cravings, supporting metabolic health. And I love this one, inhibits fat cell maturation. We don't want fat cells maturing in our bodies. So I think that maybe they have some other things in here that we don't know about yet. But, as we know, cravings can be a force to be reckoned with, right? Especially because it's normal for our resolve and our discipline to diminish throughout the day. Or if we start the day off on the wrong foot, it's really hard to get it right back on track. And usually we just kind of say, oh, whatever, and let the day go, right? So this is going to help us not do this. This is basically our willpower in a bottle right here. And I love that it comes in different formats. So it comes in the 15 ml bottle for the oil, beadlets, soft gels, and the satiety gum. So I'm hoping the gum is similar to the current Slim and Sassy gum because I love that. And I use that all the time. So that's the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend. The MetaPWR Metabolic Assist is basically, well, it decreases post-meal. This is going to help us stop the spiking, decrease post-meal glucose spikes, support healthy insulin sensitivity, supporting healthy blood sugar responses, and it's going to help stabilize our energy levels throughout the day. So instead of having that sugar spike and then we have the slump, right, it's going to balance all of that out. So it's going to turn basically fast carbs into slow carbs, reducing our mealtime blood glucose spikes. So if you're familiar, fast carbs are those vegetables that very quickly get into our bloodstream and give us an energy boost. Slow carbs is what is preferred because it takes longer for the body to digest and has a smaller glucose response. So blood sugar levels are one of the most significant markers of health, and these levels naturally fluctuate depending on eating and activity patterns. So excessively high peaks and low valleys are hallmarks of metabolic dysfunction. And over time, chronically elevated blood sugar levels can cause a whole bunch of challenges to the body that we want to avoid. And every time our blood sugar spikes, our cells age. So remember that next time you're reaching for something that maybe you probably shouldn't be having. Keep that in mind and see if that helps a little bit. So, and the last part, which I think is what everyone who's trying this seems to be most excited about, the MetaPWR Advantage. So this is the one that promotes healthy biological aging and improves the health span. So health span versus lifespan. Lifespan is, just how long we live, and medical technology today has allowed us to live much longer than we have ever before, but we're not living well. We're not living healthier. We're sicker than ever, but living longer. So we want to reverse that part and have improved health span so that we're living younger, longer as we age. I mean, all the things I do now, I love to hike, I love to be outside. I want to continue to do that till I'm 80, 90, until I totally expire. I'd like to be out hiking. Activates longevity genes. I mean, this sounds fascinating. Improves cognitive function, supports lean muscle and connective tissue, improves skin elasticity and firmness. So there's a lot of information here. So I apologize for reading, but I don't want to miss anything because there seems to be so much interest. Basically, you're not going to find this on Costco shelves. There will not be any equivalent that you can find anywhere. This is a revolutionary product that doTERRA feels like this is going to be the biggest launch in the history of direct selling. So while most collagen nutraceutical products use only 1 or 2 collagen peptide types, MetaPWR Advantage contains 9. So I've never seen that before. And each supports a different biological system, from bone and cartilage strength to skin elasticity. And a supplement's delivery system is crucial to its bioavailability, meaning how much of it are we actually absorbing? And that's especially true of collagen. And I've been hearing that a lot lately with collagen. More fantastic ingredients in MetaPWR Advantage can influence the expression of several aging genetic pathways to ensure you're not only living longer, but also living well. And one of those is a yeast powder called NMN. So there's a couple enzymes in here that I'll talk about, what we're not going to get into here. doTERRA is going to cover that at convention in great detail. And if I did, it might be a little bit of a I don't know, microbiology session. So it's beyond the scope of this talk. But NMN, so by supplementing with naturally derived, and you can look it up, with naturally derived NMN found in MetaPWR Advantage, you can support your body's ability to produce NAD+. So this is optimizing your metabolic health and extending your health span. So while NAD+, so NAD+ is crucial for DNA repair. That much I can say. And NMN encourages the release of the NAD+. And while NAD+ serves many functions, the most critical are metabolic processes and mitochondrial function. So this is what I'm super excited about, because mitochondria is the energy powerhouse in all of our cells. And if our mitochondria are not functioning properly, this contributes to aging. So I don't know if you happen to know anybody with mitochondrial disease. One of the hallmarks of that disease, when mitochondria are functioning properly, is early aging. So I do know some people with that disease, and they're losing their hearing and their eyesight way earlier than what is normal. They are aging more quickly than anyone else their age. So if we can support our mitochondria, this is huge. And I can't wait to hear more about this in depth in convention, at convention. So by the time you reach age 50, NAD+ levels are generally about half of what they were at age 20. And this can contribute to various health challenges like difficulty managing weight and decreased energy levels. I just had a thought, oh, Robin and I were talking earlier. So Robin mentioned when she thinks of mitochondria, she thinks of kids running around, and have all of this unlimited energy versus when we get up in age, we're not running around and dancing. It's more like a slow waltz. Did I say that right? So that's what Robin thinks of with the mitochondria. And that's pretty much what's going on. The only thing else I've heard is that this is not something that you're going to put in your coffee or tea. I like to put collagen in my tea in the morning. So I understand that this is not to be added to coffee. It shouldn't be heated because it's alive. Whatever ingredients are in here that we don't yet know about, it's alive and should not be heated. It's not pasteurized. So the body knows exactly what to do with it, which is really fascinating. So this is for anybody. So NAD plus actually decreases past the age of 25. So anyway, if you're past the age of 25, this can still be helpful for you. So 3 key takeaways. Nutrition and metabolism are intimately connected. So nutrition, right? The LLV, and metabolism, the MetaPWR. So these are going to have a synergistic effect, meaning they complement one another. They're going to work together to affect our overall health and wellness. And while nutrition is the process of nutrient, absorption, metabolism is a chemical process our body uses to transform the food we eat into fuel. And that's fueling directly at the cellular level, right? Fueling our mitochondria. So remember, your metabolism influences your energy, weight, body composition, sleep, and even cognitive performance. And nutrition and metabolic support go hand in hand. So what does that mean for you? You can enjoy more energy so you can keep up with your kids and social life, you can fit into your favorite jeans and go out and wear them proudly. More stamina during the day, ditch the caffeine, curb the cravings, improved endurance in your workout routines, and a clearer mind so you can crush it at work and feel and look great. That is it in a nutshell. So what we're, I forgot, these are a few testimonials that are here. So Ashley Kima, these are some of the wellness advocates who have had the pleasure of sampling ahead of time. Sorry, go back. So Ashley Kema says, I am home all the time with my kids. I'm 10 months postpartum and I'm breastfeeding. This program has allowed me to take more care of me. I have slimmed down my postpartum belly, which was my goal. But the thing that stuck out to me the most is the mommy brain fog. So I'm so productive. I'm so clear, getting way more done in the day, and I'm still able to be present with my family. Michelle Weaver says, I've been loving the results of the MetaPWR products. I've been able to lose 8 pounds this past month. Not just that, sustained energy, cravings went away, and a shocker, she doesn't need coffee to get through the day. It sounds like she's having the coffee, but she doesn't need the coffee. And Jessica Iddings says, I can't believe the difference I feel after 3 weeks. My brain fog is gone. My energy is up. Skin looks amazing. Mood is better. Starting to slowly lose some weight. I've struggled over the years with brain fog. This from Julie. Struggled over the years with brain fog, lack of energy, and quality sleep. I thought it must be my age and had pretty much given up on the possibility of ever having these things again. MetaPWR gave me all of these things and more. I will never stop taking this product. So those are pretty incredible testimonials. So here's how, if you want to get started with it, here's how you can get started today. So first off, you want to reach out to the person who invited you here, the person who brought you here today, and they will help you. But to get started, I'll explain to you how. So if you're not a doTERRA member currently, reach out to the person who brought you here and get started. We would recommend with this collection you see here called the Healthy Habits Enrollment Kit. And this will give you, basically, this gives you all the products that covers the entire wellness pyramid, even the parts that we didn't talk about. So this will give you that foundation, and your enroller will help you understand and use that to your advantage. If you have a doTERRA account already, you can go into your back office and you can order the Healthy Habits Kit on your LRP, or at a minimum, I recommend that people get started with Lifelong Vitality. And that's why I have a brand new pack here, because before this comes out, I'm next month, and now actually, because I'm so excited about it, I've already started changing some things. After the summer, you know, things loosen up a little bit. I'm ready to hammer down, and I can't wait to start new protocols. So the cost of the Healthy Habits collection is $250 Canadian. If you're in the US, it's $195. So that's step one to get started that you can do this month in August. Then step two, when you order your Healthy Habits collection or your Lifelong Vitality, we recommend that you order a convention ticket. So this is the only way to get the MetaPWR products in September. So as you can see all these shaded out. These are other products and oils that are going to be released in September. We're not going to know about what they are until September 5th or 15th. So if you want the MetaPWR ASAP, you can only get it in September with a convention ticket. So a convention ticket is $35, and it gives you access. You can actually purchase two of these, what's called a convention kit. So it's going to be all the products that are released in September, including all the whole MetaPWR line. Otherwise, you would have to, and you can wait until the release in October when it's open to the general public and on the website. But if you're like me, I want it and I want it now. Get started with step one, enroll this month, next month, and enroll with the convention kit as well, or the convention ticket. And step two, on September 15th, with the convention ticket, you will have access to order the convention kit. So I hope I'm not confusing things. And oh, just I have a QR code as well there. So if you click on that QR or put your phone over your camera over that QR code, it'll take you directly to the convention ticket site. So you can actually buy your ticket that way. And if you want to, just dive in and take a look. There are other options for a convention as well, but the $35 gives you access to the day one product release. You'll hear all the science, all the in-depth nitty-gritty behind the MetaPWR line, which I'm excited about. And if you want to get started, there's a whole bunch of perks to joining our team. We have an incredible team. We have unlimited free education, and you'll have unlimited personalized support from the person who enrolls you. So thank you guys. So I'm going to just stop the share and stop the recording.